Hi folks, Bob Krebs, Sales Manager with Pure Pursuit Automotive, and I'm here this evening to introduce you to our newest acquisition, this beautiful 2014 Maserati Quattroporte SQ4. This is an absolutely beautiful car and one that you're going to remember for a long time. Let's start with the engine compartment here, which is a 3.0 liter V6 twin turbo, an absolutely monstrous engine in this vehicle. Even if it's a V6, it puts out a whopping 404 horsepower. This is an 8-speed as well, all-wheel drive. Of course, you've got your Maserati badging up here in the front. Very large open-ended front end here to let all that air in. And of course, you got your Maserati Trident badging as well up front. Adaptive headlights over here. We'll go ahead and close this composite hood here. Got your 21-inch alloy wheels here and tires, low profile. Very large ventilated brake system here with an absolutely beautiful red and white accented calipers on the brakes here. Got your air inlets here as well. Beautiful lines on this with the Maserati emblems as well. Inside, again, you have your Maserati badging on the side entry point here. Beautiful all leather seats. Interior, wood accent for the Quattroporte. Badging as well back in here again. We're going to get into the interior in just a little bit, but again, you got the wood accenting on the top of the cockpit and of course in the center console. Lots of room, lots of space here. And these seats are beautifully spacious. You've got your sun/moonroof up here. Opening the back, this is one of the great features of this vehicle. You've got a lot of space back here. There is plenty of room back here. You can put adults back here with completely comfortably. You've got dual controls here, as you can see, for the climate control system for the vehicle. Coming around to the back, something that's really interesting to me is how much room there is in the back of this vehicle compared to some of the other vehicles. You've got a lot of space back here where you can put clubs, all kinds of materials that you decide to utilize back here. You got some storage space on this side. Also in the back here, as you open up this, you've got your emergency tire back here that you've got, along with an emergency kit. And of course, everything has got your Maserati Trident badging as well. The emblematic back here with the Maserati emblem, Quattroporte, and of course your Q4 emblem back here. You've got your rear camera, so that when you're backing the vehicle, obviously, you're going to be clear of any issues that you may have as you're backing it. So we'll go ahead and close that. And parking sensors back here, which you also have in the front, sides, and the front has this as well. Beautiful exhaust back here in the back that exhausts the vehicle. And speaking of that, we're going to go ahead and start it up. It is warmed up, so we're going to start it up in preparation of taking it out for a test drive. This is an absolutely beautiful car inside and out, and now that you've seen the exterior of the vehicle on the walk-around, you're going to get to see the interior of the vehicle. So from the cockpit looking at it, of course, the first thing that strikes my eye is that beautiful Maserati Trident badging here in the center of this. Beautiful leather wheel with excellent gripping capabilities, front, top, kind of a larger area that you've got here, and of course it's a beautiful leather. Starting from the left side over here, you've got your window controls. Obviously, which you've got your up and down auto, up and down, and of course you can control all the others as well, the passenger and of course both back seats. Locking and unlocking mechanism, locking for the back for some childproofing. Then of course you got your mirror controls here, where you can control the left mirror from this side, up, down, back, forth, and of course, switching that to the right, the same thing on the right to be able to control that mirror for optimal effect. You've got your headlights over here, which I always encourage people to leave it on automatic. That way you don't have to be concerned about turning it on, off, not, proper, because it will automatically adjust to the conditions, whether it be light, dark, dusky, or foggy outside. Of course, you've got your controls here on the left side in the center console for your air conditioning, climate controls. And of course, you've got your interior lights here that control the dash lights, and of course the brightness of the inside dash lights, etc. And the wood grain here is absolutely beautiful. This is Radica wood, and it's open pored, which means it hasn't been varnished. It's just got basically the pure wood coat that you've got, and it's absolutely beautiful, accented to go with the vehicle. Looking at the instrument array from the left, you've got your Speedometer going up to 190 miles per hour, and again with a little Maserati Trident badging. The center console here in the center gives you kind of an idea of the different vehicle functions. You've got your vehicle settings, which you can control obviously from the steering wheel here to be able to tell yourself that your screen's set up. You're entering information here to be able to set that up. Stored messages for your audio discs, the distance that you've driven, the average miles per gallon, average miles per hour, elapsed time that you've driven. There's just a myriad of information that you can get from this. Gives you current range, miles per gallon, just about everything you'd like. You can set your trip odometer here. It gives you the tire pressures of each single tire that you've got in the vehicle here. So it gives you an idea of what you need to be able to inflate those tires to. Left side gives you your engine temperature. Right side gives you your fuel gauge, which in this case it's all white, which means it's got sectors and quarters that show it's full in this case. If it's only 3, it's 3/4, half, and quarter, so on. So also gives you current mileage there and what gear you're in the center console. So moving to the right, you've got your media center here, which gives you a lot of information, and essentially it's from the radio, the CD player, the seat and temperature controls, climate controls, navigation system, Bluetooth phone, and of course the settings themselves. We'll go ahead and go to climate here, which we're already set up in. This gives you pretty much the control of each and every one of these functions and settings. You can set your temperature that you'd like to be the vehicle at. In this particular case, it's kind of warm out today, so I'm going to put that on low, and of course you can control your fan on this side or this side. This is increases fan speed. I'm not going to increase it too much because you can't hear me after that, or taking that down. You can control it whether you want it at face level or body level or floor level and body level, combination of both, or you can certainly have it as the defrost mode as well. So real easy to deal with. You've got your seat settings here to where you can set your seat. It's got heated seats and it's got a ventilated cool seat. It's also got a heated steering wheel, so you can set that in the winter or in colder weather, and it's got a heated seat. And of course the ventilated seat, which is really nice, particularly on really warm summer days, to get in and cool that seat off at the same time. You've also got a rear sunshade in the vehicle, and we'll take a look at that in just a minute, that you can actually utilize to put the rear sunshade up, so that way the people in the back, when they are gets a little bit warm back there, you can put it up. It's in the up position now. I'll press it again, it takes it into the down position. So again, that's just a little bit of extra sun screening off of that, or you can turn the screen off completely and not use it. And of course you've got redundant driver and passenger capacities here for the seats, the ventilation, etc., etc. So really interactive. We'll go ahead and switch over to the radio here, and gives you kind of an idea. You've got, of course, all of your radio functions here. You can choose your stations either manually, and of course certainly you can also use your steering wheel here to go up or down. And of course in the back of the steering wheel is where you're going to select those stations, up, down, or whatever you want. Set your previews up for it. So in this particular case, you've got your audio, you can browse, you can tune, you can also set all of your settings here for the balance, equalizer, speed adjusted volume, clean up on your music, and of course you can also turn the controls off as you need or want them. So you got a CD player also, which has got your discs in here, and of course you got a SIM card you can put in here as well, or memory storage card that you can place in here, and you can play songs that you've got. It's also got Bluetooth, which can be activated and pull songs from your phone should you so choose. Again, over here, navigation, you've got several different settings that you can go to. You can either use the address that you're starting at, or you can put information in there about points of interest. You decide that you're going to go someplace locally here. Where's an airport? Where's an auto rental? It gives you all that information. In this particular case, if you want to go to Hertz Rental Car, it's going to be at downtown or at KCI. It'll tell you the exact directions on how to get there, and certainly you know, that comes through the car stereo system, so very easy to use. Go back to that. Okay, tells you current traffic. Gives you an idea of traffic alerts. It'll speak traffic alerts. You can either disable it or enable it to be able to be utilized. Sometimes it gets a little bit annoying, but other times it could probably save you a lot of time. So back to the navigation system again. I typically try to leave it on view map so that you can watch the map continuously to kind of have an idea where you're at. So anyway, I think that's enough on that. It's a myriad of information, and there's also a disc that goes with it that can be updated as well. So fantastic. Got your phone set up here for Bluetooth. In this particular case, whenever you connect that up, you can connect it to your phone. It will automatically connect, and then of course you're going to be speaking through the stereo system of your of your vehicle. So very easy to use. And of course your settings here, you can set everything up on the vehicle that you need to, from the time, the clock, safety and driving assistance, lights, doors and locks, pretty much whatever settings that you want. It gives you the time here currently, as well as you've got a little analog clock at the top, as well as the temperature. So a lot of interactivity going on up here in the center console. Here are the manual controls for the same that you saw digitally there, from the on and off to each of those, to the AC, to programming that, recirculating of the air, and of course the speed of the fan from low to high to middle. And it's the same over here for an automatic system. And of course you can turn that on, off, etc. Or you can utilize the system here to defrost the windshield, front or the back, during inclement weather. So, and of course these controls here on the side give you your up or down, cooler or warmer on your temperature settings. And of course you can turn the entire system off if you so desire. So moving on down here, we've got a beverage holder here with a center console here that's either a cigarette lighter, or if you prefer, you can use it as another AC adapter to plug in your electronic equipment. Center console here, you've got your selector knob for shifting here. You've currently got it in park, and by just a real simple pushing it down, you're going into each of the gears from neutral to reverse, back up to park again, where you hold it just a second. And of course you've got your manual shifting gear here, which we'll go into when we do the test drive on the road. You've also got several different settings here for the vehicle, from the stabilizing it to keep it from anti-skid, to torsioning here to keep the to give your shock absorbers, stiffen them up a little bit, so that way you can get a little bit more performance out of it. You've also got the sport mode, to where you can put the sport mode on or off. It also changes the sound of the exhaust out because of the way that the vehicle is programmed. So, and you can kind of hear that. You may not be able to hear it on this film, but you certainly can when you turn it on or off, the change of that. And then you got ICE, which is increased control and efficiency mode, whether that's on. And what that essentially does is it maximizes your fuel efficiency, leaning back the vehicle when it's able to get maximum miles per gallon in the vehicle. So, and then of course, obviously you've got just a myriad of different settings that you can put the vehicle through. So another center console piece here. You've also got another USB port here and an auxiliary plug-in here for audio. Those cords are here, and you can utilize these to power different types of equipment. This piece is a little bit shallow here in the center here, but you're really only storing a couple of pieces of electronic equipment, probably some ID or something like that, and maybe some small change in that center. There's not a lot of space there, but a lot of this center console is taken up with the controls and also the air ducts for the back, so that the people in the back can be very, very comfortable. So going up to the middle center of the portion of the top here, first of all, I'd like to point out the beautiful black Alcantara leather here, which is kind of a suede material. Not only is it a bit of a sound deadener, but it also reflects sound in a way that gives you a really, really nice feel and sound in the vehicle here when you've got your stereo system on, or when you're just simply having a conversation. You've got your sun/moonroof here, which you've got your one touch is your automatic. It will automatically open it up. And of course pops this little piece up here, which keeps that high-pitched whistling noise from coming through the car as you're driving it. And of course you've got the close on here as well, which is an auto close. And should you decide you just want this closed, but the center popped open a little bit to allow some air, you can do that as well. That pretty much wraps up the center console of the vehicle. The only other thing I've got to say is the 8-way control seats here, which give you the opportunity to go up, down, back, forward for the setting the ease of the driver. You've also got some active bolstering in the back here that eases up so that you can set your lumbar region of your back or whatever you desire, whether that's up or down. And of course your steering wheel also has a control here so that you can put the steering wheel in whatever position you so desire that's comfortable for you, whether it's all the way back there here or pushed all the way forward. There's a myriad of positions you can put it into. So that's pretty much the interior cockpit of the car. The next portion of this is going to be the actual test drive. So we're going to go ahead and back out of here using care and watching both mirrors, and certainly utilizing the rear camera, but never not utilizing our own senses here. So use caution in backing. We'll go ahead and take off. And what we're going to do this evening is just hit a couple of areas here so that you have an idea what it's like in an urban setting, and then a kind of a couple of straightaways and some hills, so you get a general overall feel for the vehicle. So go ahead and turn right here and get out on the street. give you a little bit of an idea here after we get going of what the initial acceleration of this is on a straightaway. So beautiful car, handles beautifully. This time of night I always love it because there's a lot of sharp contrasting colors, and in this particular case the colors are absolutely beautiful. So okay, check traffic here. We'll go ahead and turn right and give you a little bit of an idea about the acceleration on this thing. Here we go. And that's how we do that. Again, really crisp and clear acceleration. Very easy, smooth, as I said. Makes you feel like the vehicle is just in total synchronicity with its surroundings, and it's just a driver's car. I love this vehicle on many fronts. It's a luxury vehicle. It's a driver's car. It's a track car. It's all those things kind of rolled into one. The vehicle literally looks like it's moving when it's sitting. So we're going to turn left here, and I'm going to give you a little bit of an idea about paddle shifters. That's these little silver things on each side here. The left side is going to be for down, and the right side is going to be for up. And essentially what paddle shifters do is take a vehicle that is an automatic and turn it into a manual vehicle driving experience. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and downshift this, and I'm going to go into first gear here, and then I'm going to accelerate using my right hand to go up through the gears. There's first gear, second, third, fourth, and so on and so forth. And that's what's great about it. And of course, as you are coming up on a turn, or you're coming up on some hills, you want to downshift, you can downshift that vehicle as well. So we'll go ahead and upshift here, and at the same time, like I said, you can also just drive the vehicle as is, and converting it back to automatic. So I'm going to take one little bit of a digress here, and I'm going to go take a turn so that you can have a general idea of how quickly and swiftly this vehicle can negotiate smaller turn spaces here. Here's one to where it's kind of a smaller area, but it took the turn very easily, really responsive, and again, quick to accelerate, easy to drive, just a fantastic vehicle. This is a beautiful car. It's one of the first Maseratis that I can honestly say that I kind of fell in love with. You can look at a lot of vehicles and say, I really like that, but until you actually drive one and see all the attributes of it, and get a general flavor for how the vehicle handles in numerous conditions, and this car you'll definitely fall in love with. This is an absolutely gorgeous car, from the colors to the performance to the engine, to the luxuries built into it, to the creature comforts. It's got pretty much everything that anybody would want in a vehicle. Being a Maserati, that means top of the line. In this particular case, you're definitely getting top of the line. So this vehicle is like every vehicle we have. It can very easily be yours. All you need to do is give us a call at area code 816-659-3027, or visit us at our new retail space in the Crossroads at 1619 Walnut, Kansas City, Missouri 64108. And again, that's Pure Pursuit Automotive in the Crossroads. I'll see you downtown.